Is the era of civil political disagreement officially dead, replaced by something far more dangerous and dark? Brad Raffensperger just found himself in the crosshairs of a chilling manifesto, and what happened next should terrify every voter in America regardless of their party affiliation. We are looking at a situation where the line between political campaigning and active survival is beginning to blur in the heart of Georgia. Before we continue, if you want to stay on top of everything happening in U.S. politics, hit that subscribe button right now and leave a like. It really helps this channel grow and ensures you never miss a deep dive into the stories that actually matter. On Tuesday, the political world was rocked by the news that Georgia's Secretary of State and gubernatorial candidate Brad Raffensperger has become the target of what law enforcement is calling a credible written threat. According to his campaign spokesperson, Ryan Mahoney, this wasn't just a mean tweet or a standard angry email. This was a calculated, eerie manifesto sent to a sheriff's office all the way in Mississippi. Inside that document was a photo of Raffensperger with one word scrawled across his face in a way that feels like something out of a thriller movie. Boom. But the nightmare didn't stop with a piece of paper in another state. Just one day after the campaign was alerted to this written threat, the situation escalated on the ground in Macon, Georgia. During a scheduled campaign stop at the Middle Georgia Regional Airport, a law enforcement canine detected a suspicious object hidden inside a vending machine. The discovery was enough to send security teams into high alert, forcing the campaign to scramble. Instead of the planned event inside the facility, Raffensperger was forced to address his supporters in the parking lot, surrounded by heightened security and an air of palpable tension. While the Bibb County Sheriff's Department later stated that no hazardous devices were ultimately detected, they haven't provided specifics on what that object actually was. This creates a terrifying atmosphere of uncertainty. Was it a dry run? Was it a sick joke? Or was it a direct attempt to see how the Secretary's security detail would react? For Raffensperger, this isn't just about a single incident. It's the culmination of years of being in the eye of a political hurricane. Let's look at the context here because it is impossible to separate these threats from the events of the last few years. Brad Raffensperger became a household name for one specific reason. He refused to find the votes requested by former President Donald Trump to overturn the 2020 election results in Georgia. By standing his ground and certifying the election, he became a hero to some and a traitor to others. Since that moment, he has lived with a target on his back, but this latest manifesto and the airport scare represent a significant escalation as we head toward the May 19th primary. What does this mean for the state of our union? It means that we are entering a phase of American politics where standing on principle comes with a physical cost. Raffensperger himself addressed this head-on in a statement that was both defiant and sobering. He said, "When you stand on principle, when you do the right thing, and when you put people ahead of politics, not everyone will like it. In fact, some people may try to intimidate or do you harm. So yes, we are dealing with an active threat. And no, I will not back down." The analysis of this situation is grim. If high-profile candidates have to travel with a handful of law enforcement guys just to visit an airport in their own state, the democratic process is under siege. This affects everyone. If candidates are intimidated into dropping out, or if the best and brightest refuse to run because they fear for their family's safety, the only people left in the arena will be those who use fear as a weapon. This isn't just about Georgia. It's a litmus test for the 2024 election cycle. We are seeing the Georgia State Patrol, the GBI, and the FBI all coordinating on a single primary campaign threat. That is an unprecedented level of resource allocation for a state-level race, and it signals that federal authorities are deeply worried about a repeat of the violence we saw on January 6th, but on a more localized, targeted scale. The possible outcomes here are twofold. Either this backfires on the extremists, creating a sympathy surge for Raffensperger among moderate voters who are tired of the chaos, or it creates a chilling effect that suppresses political engagement. Raffensperger is staying in the race, and he's doing so with a beefed-up security detail from the Secretary of State's own law enforcement unit. But the question remains, how long can a democracy function when the ballot box is guarded by bomb squads? We have to ask ourselves where the breaking point is. When the rhetoric of election interference and treason is thrown around loosely, it eventually reaches the ears of someone willing to write a manifesto and scrawl boom across a public servant's face. So what do you think about this? Is the threat of political violence becoming the new normal in our elections? Or is this a wake-up call for the country to cool down before it's too late? Drop your opinion in the comments below. I read every single one, and I want to know if you think this will help or hurt Raffensperger's chances at the polls. The eyes of the nation are on Georgia right now. As the primary approaches on May 19th, the world will be watching to see if the voters of Georgia respond to principles or to intimidation. One thing is for certain, Brad Raffensperger is not backing down, and the security of our elections has never felt more fragile. Stay tuned to this channel as we continue to track this developing story and provide you with the facts that the mainstream media often overlooks.